everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 501. We are at podcast place for anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I am Mako-chan.
And I am a Wild Spice.
And yes, you are. Where's my Pokeball, damn it? Oh, how is everybody doing tonight?
I'm tired.
I'm also tired.
I'm all right. I'm hanging there. I kind of slept on the train ride coming home from running, getting groceries and stuff. But other than that, I'm all right, you know. And hello to everybody that's watching us and following us and participating with us right now on Twitch. Gotta hydrate. Oh, man.
Starlight Creations goes, hey, I recognize that pumpkin.
Well, I think they made it, did they not?
Yep.
That's why they have props or ending credits. So if you're wondering who does some of the amazing cosplay props that we have, it's them. Take a look at our credits at the end of the show. Anywho, let's get things going. We are live tonight, week of June 1st, 2021, right here on Twitch TV. You can find us here live every Tuesdays from 9:30 to 11 Eastern Standard Time at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We are here as part of the Voice of Geeks Network. You can find them at vognetwork.com. They stream here live at Twitch TV/VogNetwork, kicking things off Sundays at 8 with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. Also, Ari is out because he's doing midnight shifts. He will be back next week. Ichigo will be back next week as well, so it's going to be a big old reunion. And don't forget, June 1st, Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride.
And as you can see, I am wearing one of my favorite shirts, We Are All Human, that represents all colors of pride and then some. So if you're represented here, we love you. I also have another Pride shirt coming in on Thursday, and I'll be wearing that on next week's show. So on behalf of the local poly-cis male, for the rest of June, I'm just going to chill in the back and eat popcorn and carry a sign that says love wins and I love everybody. So that's going to be my job for the next 30 days. I'm also your resident uncle, just in case if you have relatives who do not like you for who you are. I'll be your uncle. I'll tell you to eat your vitamins and you point them out to me and I will beat them with a 2x4. So
There's my pride.
there you go. Data and C3PO. Well,
I have the shirt that actually matches this. Unfortunately, it is stained because it's just so fucking old. I cannot find this for sale anymore, which sucks because I would love a new shirt. This was actually one of my favorite Pride shirts for a while. But yeah, so there's my Pride.
and I think July is Wrath month too, so you know, rich people, you're on notice. I guess that kind of makes sense. And as Theo X75 says, I want the rainbow community to be happy. As long as we support the rainbow community and believe in them, they will be happy. And that's what we have to do. And as Starlit Creation says, eat the rich, LOL, with salt and pepper. You know, I kind of like a little bit of adobo and some steak seasoning on mine, you know. What about you, Wild Spice?
I want some steak.
What about you, Mako-chan? What would you season eat the rich with, you know?
It depends on how I'm eating it.
Okay, let's say you're
If I'm grilling,
Yeah.
you know, maybe I'll use some, some salt, some pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder. You know, if I'm gonna go with a saute, you know, maybe I'll go with some teriyaki. It all depends on what I'm doing.
For some reason, I'm picturing Mako-chan as Gordon Ramsay going, "It's fucking raw." But you're more of a. I think you'd be more a nice blend of Ramsay, Simon, and Burrell.
Yeah, you got to get some of her in there. I'm a very quirky cook. And I also like to experiment a lot. So, but at the same time, I don't mind following a recipe and doing something really elaborate. So, doing that whole mix in there, I don't know, maybe more of an Alton Brown Burrell mix.
And then when you realize you're missing something, it still works. You're just like that other chef that's one of your favorites.
What?
The one that goes, well, if you don't have this, this is fine.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
It's this other chef that's on TV that you also follow. I forget her name. She always says, if you don't have this recipe in a garden, thank you, Sita Berry. Thank you. Yes.
As much as I love to watch Ina, no. She's so pretentious and hoity-toity, and that is so not me when I'm cooking. As much as I hate to say it, I'm very crap. What the hell was her name? Crap. I would say the one that drank all the time, but there are a couple of. Oh crap! Now I have to look at it.
And as Starlit Creation says, if you don't have serotonin, store-bought is fine. Well, you can't curse for the next 5-10 minutes.
Who?
You!
Me?
Well, Starlit Creation is redeemed
Somebody
250
told me I
con
can't
bucks.
Curse?
Yeah, someone redeemed it in chat.
No!
Yes!
Yes.
Fudge and fudge you, man! And Sienna Berry, no, I can't stand Rachel Ray.
Rachel Ray is not a real chef. Let's be real here.
God,
okay?
I cannot
She
stand
has a
Rachel Ray.
line of dog food that was recalled. That should tell you something. I'm putting you in for 2 minutes for no cursing, so your 2 minutes start now.
Do, 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 do.
It's like
You all
watching
suck.
Mandy from Grim Adventures trying to smile.
You all suck.
All right. As we continue along, let's get into our nerdy weeks and days. So, Mako-chan, how was your week? How was your day?
I worked, and then I did absolutely nothing this weekend, and it was glorious.
And Starlit Creation says she'll just turn off her mic for 2 minutes. Come on, gotta give her the benefit of a doubt.
I can go without cursing. Just fudge you all, though, but I can go without cursing.
I believe you, but the thing is, can you do it?
Fudge you fudge and fudge.
Okay, Wild Spice, how was your week? How was your day?
My week and day were good. I second shot a wedding on Saturday. It was nice to be back at a wedding with dancing and everything. It was a lot of fun. I was helping another photographer out, so we had a really good time. Yeah, it was fun.
Sandra Lee! Sorry.
And then other than that, yeah, Memorial Day was yesterday. Spent time with family, got to see my in-laws over the weekend, and yeah, back to working again.
I hear that. Now, when you went to shoot this wedding, 2 things. Did they play any Bon Jovi? And what?
No. No, actually, yes, surprisingly, no Bon Jovi. What was your second question?
He doesn't need a second question. Just the fact that there's no Bon Jovi. That's,
Yeah, there was no
that's the
Bon
end of it.
Oh, they
Worst
did play,
wedding ever.
They did play the Macarena.
The second
I
question
haven't heard
was,
that at a wedding in a really long time.
see, the second question was, did they do the electric slide?
No electric slide, just Macarena,
Sadness.
cha-cha. Yeah, Macarena's cha-cha slide and Cupid shuffle.
Okay, I can kind of make a pass for the Cupid shuffle. Now,
It's a fun wedding.
it's a sad thing that you don't play Bon Jovi at your wedding. The last wedding I went to where they did not play Bon Jovi at the reception was Koi's wedding. But she get a pass, not because she's a staffer here, but she walked down the aisle to the Imperial March from Star Wars.
Nice.
That, I think that's like, yeah, that kind of supersedes everything, you know? That,
Is my 2 minutes up?
actually, it's been up for about a minute and a half.
Well, fuck you, you fucking fuck. How dare you fucking do that to me? You all are shit.
That's because they love you.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it in anymore.
I can tell.
Uh-oh.
Don't you dare.
It's like that Goofy meme, you know, I'll fucking do it again. Ooh, there you go. Thank you, Ari. Thank you.
Did you see Ari's highlighted message?
Yes, nothing but a weeb thing. Okay, there was a really bad anime rap video I watched that they filmed down at Coney Island. That was really bad. And when he said that, yeah. But seriously, I wouldn't mind doing a parody, nothing but a weeb thing. Okay. But anywho, my weekend day has been the same as it's always been. And I think that I caught up with more television. I finally finished Sakura Wars. I didn't get the ending that I wanted, but I still completed it. So I watched the ending. I'm like, of what I wanted, but that's good enough. So, you know. And I started on Secret of Mana. So that means I'll be basically shoulders deep into JRPGs for the next 2-3 weeks until I'm like, okay, I've had enough of this. I need to play a different game. So, you know. Don't you just love it when friends bust each other's balls? And as Starlight Creation says, we need to play Overwatch again. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And with the latest update to Phantasy Star Online 2, I might just be able to play it this time. All right. Moving right along. Housekeeping, if it'll actually rotate. Don't forget, every episode here is available on our YouTube page at youtube.com/animejamsession. Look over to podcast VODs. Every episode is posted Thursdays at 12 noon, so definitely check them out. We do have a small archive here of like the last 2 or 3 episodes, and then they disappear. But all of our episodes going back to the beginning of the year are available on YouTube, so definitely check that out. We're going to have some more pre-show music coming into the rotation. I've been in touch with DiGi Charat, and he basically handed me his entire anthology. So I will be going through that, and I'll be playing some of his remixes, and we'll throw a little support his way. So thank you for that, Katsuhiko Janai. I really appreciate that. Let's see what else is going on. And I think that's it for housekeeping. Geek Roundtable. This is where we briefly talk about the more of the nerdier things of the week and stuff that we want to show off. And as you can see, Mako has a couple of things she wants to show off for everybody. Yes, remix.
Oh, I'm showing things off now?
You always showing things off, besides your sass.
Yeah. Anyway, so besides my little pin of pride, which the art is actually dubbed Android Love, I I have a couple of little geeky things. I will have to look for Lion. I think I have shown Lion before, but Pumpkin was right there, so I decided to show off my Pumpkin. And as can be seen in chat, this was one of the little things from Starlit Creations when they were doing swag bags. They did little plushies in some of them. So I really liked my little pumpkin, and I'm now showing off my little pumpkin. And he's even got his little vine tail.
That's precious.
He's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my pumpkin.
All right, Wild Spice, what do you have for Geek Roundtable?
I pulled out my Funko Pop of Ed and Ein. You can kind of see it. I'll turn my background off. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I had to do last week.
Hold on. Gotta love it. How about the weather, guys? No. Okay, here we go.
You know there's a Retro Weather Channel Twitch stream?
Oh, that's good to know because I have to find that. I love weather.
The story behind that, yep.
Yeah. It's Ein and Ed. It was the Cowboy Bebop 20th anniversary Funko Pop.
Nice.
So when I saw it came out, God, I forget. Oh, thank you, Starlight Creations. Yes, he's so cute, Ed and Ainy. I forget when it came out. It came out when it was Cowboy Bebop's 20th anniversary. I saw it and I'm like, okay, I gotta snag it. So I did.
Perfect.
So, yeah, happy I got it.
All right, so mine are from the Sentai Filmworks sale that they had last, I think, a couple of months ago, and I'm starting to realize they're having like these major sales like every other month or something like that. Because I got an email about the sale. I'm just like, but I just gave you guys money, and I'm looking at the prices, and I'm like, it's the same prices from before. But it's no secret that I am a fan of Love Live, and yes, I ship Nozomi Ellie all the damn time. Best couple all day, every day. If you don't like that, we can talk with my 2x4 after the show. But in getting into Love Live and Idol anime, I find myself kind of across other titles and stuff like that. So I followed Bang Dream, and I had actually interesting discussion with someone about that, whereas Bang Dream really isn't an idol anime per se, but it falls under the idol anime umbrella since it's basically by Bushiroad, same people. So because of that and Sentai Filmworks and catching a good deal on Amazon, I have the entire Bang Dream collection here. And in doing so, when I picked up season 1, yeah, I didn't know there was like 2 bonus OAVs, so I'm like, yeah, I gotta definitely watch that. So I gotta watch that. I gotta watch season 3, and I gotta watch the film because I rewatched seasons 1 and 2 on Crunchyroll. And yes, D4DJ. I mean, I have to say D4DJ is pretty awesome. I like that too. I gotta hook you up with the music with that. So.
Yes, that was a good show, and it was really cool that they were releasing it like simultaneously in Japan and here also on YouTube, which I really liked. You could just watch it on YouTube. Such a good show.
Yeah, I think they're releasing like D4DJ mini shorts episodes. I haven't watched them, but you know.
I haven't watched those yet either. The rhythm game is out in English now, so you can download it. Hooray!
Oh no! I can't play. I can't sit there and play the D4DJ rhythm game. I'm already playing the Love Live game on my PS4. Okay.
I'm playing Love Live All Stars on the phone and also D4DJ. So there you go.
Yeah, but are you playing the Love Live After School Meeting game on PlayStation 4?
No.
Do you know it's free, right?
No, I didn't. I'll have to.
It's free, but you have to pay for the outfits and the music packs. But if you play it enough, you don't need to buy the damn outfits.
Right.
Oh man, that's how they get you. And it seems that and someone has said it. If you bought all of the music for the Love Live game, it'll run you about $600. I see myself buying 2 packs of music, and that's it. I'm like, As long as these packs of music has the tracks I like, I am good. Other than that, I can wait.
That makes sense.
And what was funny was I hit the button, I flipped it to sunshine mode, and I didn't realize there was like 3 free tracks there to play. I was like, oh shit, okay. So I went through that. And as Starlight Creation says, we fell out. We just couldn't keep up anymore. I don't blame y'all. I don't. Now, it's time for one of my hot takes. And so let me find it. Let me find you this picture, which I have stored on my computer, because I figured it would be a lot easier that way as opposed to finding a link to it. So, as I have said countless times before, there is no hope left for the anime fandom, weebs, and whatsoever. You see that? You see that picture? That picture came from a tweet that I shared on my personal Facebook. Evidently, somebody suggested that during the pandemic, or coming down towards the end of the pandemic or whatever, that conventions should do this. You take the green wristband if you're fully vaccinated, you take the yellow wristband if you're cautious, and you take the red wristband for people to stay 6 feet away from you. First things first, I don't know about y'all, but even with these glasses, I don't think I can spot somebody wearing a red wristband 6 feet away, especially the way they will walk around. It's like, I really can't tell. You're going to get a little bit close to them and be like, oh, and you walk back away. And,
yeah, especially if they're in cosplay or something like that, too.
Yep. So, on this Facebook group, I might as well say, this was on the ZenkaiCon Facebook group, even though the post has already been deleted. There were con goers saying that this is a great idea and the con should do this. If I could just take the butt of my rifle and just beat every person that was encouraging this, I'd probably be a little bit happier about things. I just straight up said this is the worst idea ever, and this is absolutely dangerous. On a side note, BlurredCon has told con goers, if you ain't got a vaccination card, you're not getting into the con. And there are people actually pissed about that. I'm like, it's a free vaccination. That's all you need to know.
I was gonna say with the wristbands, actually, having been in the wedding planning space and stuff, a lot of people were actually doing that for weddings, and it actually worked really well in a wedding setting, the wristband thing. Convention might be a little bit trickier because it's bigger, larger crowd. I feel like they could do something like that. Maybe not wristbands, but maybe something. I guess like comfort level or something. Not necessarily in regards to that, but maybe like comfort level with, oh, I'm okay with you like coming up and giving a hug, like the whole that goes into the whole consent thing and things like that. But like maybe something similar could be
I
implemented.
think what like my issue with it is that this should, you know, if you're gonna do something like this, it shouldn't be because of being vaccinated or something like this. It should be, you know, because people don't want to be touched.
Yeah,
I, for one, you know, unless I absolutely know somebody really, really well, I don't want to be touched by random people.
Correct.
I don't even care if it's, you know, a brush of shoulders because it's so freaking packed. Go the hell away. Please don't touch me. So something like that without the whole vaccine, because it's not because I don't. Okay, so it is because I don't trust you, but at the same time, it's not because of the vaccination. I just don't like people touching me. So, you know, something like that, it should just be something that the convention is doing for people's comfort, not for a vaccination type thing. Because people are going to lie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, going back to the wedding thing, that was mainly what it was for comfort levels. So green was like, yeah, you can come up and hug me and all that, that's fine. Yellow was like, elbowing is fine, and then red was don't touch me.
See, now here's the thing. A wedding is a little bit more personal because you kind of
Right.
sort of know everybody that's going or one away from whoever's going. Convention,
You're also going to be able to see these brightly colored
That would be easier in
wristbands.
that type of setting because it's not as many people. But yeah, that's
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to a wedding. You don't expect somebody to be wearing lime green or bright yellow or bright red.
it would stand out very obvious.
Yeah, it's gonna stand out. Where if you go to a convention,
gonna
you have
blend in.
no idea what these people are going to be wearing.
and it
Right.
might,
I
and
mean,
the
I've got
wristband,
some
you would assume.
cosplay that is, that is dark red that comes over my hand. So if I'm
Yeah,
wearing that, nobody's going to
blend in,
see
right.
what color I'm wearing.
Yep, I gotcha.
Now, there was now I said, if you're during this pandemic, if you're going to a con, you need to grab the red wristband. Stay your ass home. Seriously, stay home. Now, I understand where you, Wild Spice Mako, where you're coming from about the distance and how I'm totally all for that. I encourage that. If it was pre-pandemic and we had these wristbands, absolutely. During a pandemic, let's not. If you're going to do this during a pandemic, check for vaccination cards, and then once you have your vaccination cards fully, you get the green one, If you're halfway there, you get the yellow one, Even if you're fully vaccinated, you want to be cautious or be left alone, take one of the either two, And during this conversation, someone mentioned immunocompromised people wanting to go to a con and enjoy themselves. I said, you will not find immunocompromised people going to a convention during this pandemic. Just about every single immunocompromised person I know is not attending conventions until late 2022, 2023. And I absolutely don't blame them. Then I had one person who's immunocompromised said they never had a problem going to conventions, so what is my attitude? I'm like, you're talking about before a pandemic. Before, when it wasn't a problem. Now it is a problem, I have 2 conventions I'm probably doing this year. I'm not even cosplaying. I will be walking around masked up, taking pictures, and that's it. The main con next year will be Zenkai. And I can tell you this now. The entire staff here is either going or not going. And however they feel, I'm going to respect 125%. Because if my staffers don't feel comfortable in going, they ain't got to go. Plain as day. If it seems like I'm the only one that wants to go, I'd probably be like, yeah, you know what? I will probably not go. I'm not going to leave my crew behind. Simple as that. But the fact that there are con goers who are actually trying to encourage a local convention to do this, doing this by itself is highly dangerous. Adding in vaccination cards is a fail-safe, And as mentioned previously, what's it not to for someone to lie and say, oh, I'm fully vaccinated and grab the green one and not, and they sneeze on somebody and get sick and we have this shit all over again, And as Starlet Creation says, man, we've all been to cons. People are gross. You think the pandemic made it any better? Don't forget the H1N1 breakout from 6 years ago, okay? And we lost our shit over that and told people, wash your hands. If you're sick, stay home. It's one thing if you don't know that you're sick, but it's the ones who are just getting over getting sick or feel it coming on that's going to go. And I'll admit, I have been one of those where I have done that. I have gone to a con, either before getting sick or getting over because I willed it out of my system, drinking orange or whatever, because I really wanted to go. I won't make that mistake again. I won't. Nowadays, and as Ari Rockefeller says, catching con crud, never fun. I'm going to tell you this now. Con crud is going to put you... It used to be con crud would put you out for about 2-3 days. After all of this, con crud is going to put you on your ass for about 2 weeks. And you ain't going to like that. So, as we try to bring back a sense of normalcy, And as much as you want to go to a convention, get vaccinated. Even if the con doesn't require it, just be an honorable person and get your vaccination. It is free. I promise you that. And if anyone says that you got to pay for it, I will slap the taste out of their mouth. That's it. Now, speaking of cons and so forth, Wild Spice, what is up with Otakon?
Otakon. Did anyone notice my background?
I now realize I just don't. It's been a while since I've been to Otakon, and as Washi Otaku says, not everyone wants 5G. True, but I kind of want superpowers.
Yes. So, if you didn't hear already, Otakon is going to be taking place as scheduled. So, newsflash. Ari, it is the convention center in Washington, D.C. That is my background. But yeah, Otakon is going to be taking place as scheduled. Otakon is the first major convention event being held as DC reopens. As performance venues and restaurants reopen, Otacorp is excited to work with its partners to kickstart the city's tourism and event industry. For more than 25 years, Otakon has been legendary for its unique and groundbreaking educational and cultural content. It is fitting that Otakon paves the way for future large events. Due to travel restrictions and mandatory quarantine requirements, this year's event may not include any international guests. Otakon will be confirming guests in the coming weeks and will announce them as they are finalized. Other possible changes may include pared down hours in order to allow the convention center adequate time to perform venue cleaning. Some high traffic events, such as Otakon Dance, may not be held. Other changes will be announced as they are determined. Otakon is dedicated to the safety of its membership and will be following any CDC and local guidelines that may still be in effect at the time of the convention. Otacorp senior staff would like to say thank you to their partners at Destination DC, Events DC, Maritz, DSL, and more for their support during this challenging year. In addition, they'd like to thank all the industry partners and guests, as well as the artists and dealers. So, Otakon will be taking place on August 6th to 8th at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center in DC.
Now, do you plan on going?
I am not going to Otakon. I will be helping out virtually. But I'm not going back to conventions probably till next year, so probably ZenkaiCon will be the first one. I'm not quite ready to go back to conventions yet.
You want to know something? I kind of feel the same way, and people have said, then don't go. I've explained to people, you forget, I run a website that covers conventions and cosplays, so I have a bit of an obligation to go. I don't have to go to every single convention out there. I'm just being picky and choosy as to which ones I want to go to. So, and it's interesting that you bring that up because in Michelle Knotz's Twitch stream on Sunday, your convention came up.
ShikariCon?
Yes. There was someone in the chat talking about a convention that was an anime con in Philly, and I mentioned, she was like, yeah, that was the one. I'm like, yeah, my con daughter runs that, so she's kind of excited for ShikariCon to come back. So
yep, we'll be back in shameless plug. ShikariCon will be back in person in 2022. We'll also be doing we're going to do an online thing for a day that weekend.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
And as Washi Otaku says, I haven't gone to Otakon since they left Baltimore. Well, as soon as that extension is added to the BCC, they're supposed to be going back, so I don't know. The extension is still going to make the con crowded as all hell, so. And as Bond006 says, con fuck is now con COVID. Well, you're not wrong. I'll sign off on that one. And we have convid. Yep. Anywho,
I'm interested to see how everything goes. Of course, I'll be supporting Otakon from afar. Like I said, I'm going to be helping out virtually, but I'm curious to see how things go because it'll be a good way to just see how things are, especially also with Blurred Con and any of the other cons that are starting to happen in person. We'll see how it goes.
Gotcha. All right. All right, moving right along. Well, I think, given all the crap and stuff we've been talking about within the first like 20 something minutes of the show, I think we kind of need some positive news. Mako-chan, what's up with this kid selling his Pokemon cards?
Yeah, so an 8-year-old from Virginia ended up getting the attention from the Pokemon Company because he selflessly raised money in order to save his puppy. What happened is his puppy ended up being diagnosed with parvo, and for those that have pets or dogs specifically, they know that parvo can be very serious in canines. And the treatment for it can be, rather pricey, in the several $100s worth of treatment. So this little 8-year-old decided that he was going to take it upon himself to sell his Pokemon cards in order to help pay for his puppy's treatments. His mom ended up making a GoFundMe sharing the story, basically saying, I know I've been raising him right, with a heart of gold, because he's so worried about our Bruce, that's the puppy. He is beside the road trying to sell his favorite thing in the world just to make his puppy better.
Aww.
So the Pokemon Company ended up hearing about this through the GoFundMe. They ended up sending him a package full of rare Pokemon cards. A letter of appreciation included, says, hey, Bryson, that's the 8-year-old. We were so inspired by your story about selling your cards for your dog's recovery. These are some cards to help you replace the ones you had to sell. So donations ended up going, the total that they wanted was 800. They ended up raising over 5,000. So they ended up donating the rest of it to medical expenses towards other local pets.
That's precious. That's just wow. That's a feel good right there. That hits you right in the feels.
That's an awesome thing when a kid goes, here, I'm going to take my favorite thing in the world. I'm going to try and sell it so that, I can help out with the puppy as well. Not a lot of kids actually think about that. They just, go, oh, mom and dad will cover it, or, they don't realize, they don't have the conception of money.
Yeah, because
when they're that young.
Yeah, because I think nowadays, growing up, I kind of knew the value of a dollar. I knew I was living broke all the damn time. And I've been around people that are like, they don't have a concept of what money is. And then they're always wondering why they're broke. And then you got people who understand the value of a dollar. So I would say special props to this kid's parents to explain to him, what the value of a dollar and what type of money that they have, And you could probably tell, I bet you when they went like to Target or Walmart, the kid probably pointed out he wanted this or that. And the parents probably explained, well, we don't make this type of money, so we can't get this now, but maybe somewhere down the line, And it probably... Finally, he goes, oh, it's really awesome. Parents, teach your kids the value of a dollar, please. Please. Then maybe these kids who become anime fans won't be cheap about getting subscriptions to for anime streaming services. Instead of, spending that money on VPN so they can watch their bootleg anime. I don't get it. But... we're going to bounce around to one of my fandoms, DiGi Charat. And I believe it's also Wild Spice's fandom too, is it not? So, here's the thing. It looks like there is a teasing of big news from Broccoli on their YouTube channel. And for those of you who don't know, Broccoli has a anime company. They have a mascot, and that's the DiGi Charat characters. That's Dejiko, Puchiko, and Rabi and Rose. So what's been going on lately is that DiGi Charat's been enjoying an extended anniversary celebration, and there's like new art books available, new music, which I have to find, and other cool stuff that's been coming out. So I guess it's rumored we may be seeing a brand new DiGi Charat anime. During this event, the lead voice actresses who voice the characters, Asami Sanada, who does Dejiko, Miyuki Sawashiro, who does Puchiko, and Kyoko Hikami, who does Rabi and Rose, they have been around. So, here's the hoping. I would love a brand new DiGi Charat. So, and speaking of Wild Spice, I got something for you.
Ruh-roh. It's my girl.
Ah, damn it.
She fell. But it's my girl.
Well, you probably already seen it, but
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's my girl.
Kyoko
Kyoko's the best.
Analog the Third. I don't know. I think Dejiko is best girl, but the fact that those who were always getting on each other's nerves was really awesome for me.
Yes.
And I think the entire series is on Blu-ray with Sentai Filmworks for like $12. So I definitely picked that up. Now, next up is the InuYasha and Yashahime themed real escape game. I mean, wouldn't it just be easier to have one person on one side of the room shout InuYasha and one person on the other side of the room shout Kagome? There's your escape room game right there. You have to traverse through the forest without having to hear them so much where you end up wanting to beat them with a stick.
No, it has to be InuYasha on one side and Koga on the other side, and they're screaming baka at each other.
No, and then you have to have Miyaka and Tamahome in the background going, were we really this bad? And everyone's like, yes.
Ari says, are there still escape rooms? Are they still a thing? Yes, they are.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, given COVID, but like aside from that, yes, they still are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Scrap, a Tokyo-based company that plans and operates the Real Escape game series that has attracted 7.4 million participants worldwide, announced today that a new game that collaborates with the two anime series InuYasha and Yashahime Princess Half Demon at Tokyo Dome City attractions in Shibuya, Tokyo for a limited time of 3 months from July 21st to October 31st. This is the first time for Real Escape game to collaborate with these anime series based on Rumiko Takahashi's internationally popular manga. The game takes place in a summer amusement park, where participants will actually explore the park, solve the riddles and codes hidden in it, and also enjoy the worldview of the two anime series at the same time. Further details of the event will be announced at noon on July 2nd. The event's teaser visual featuring silhouettes of InuYasha, the protagonist of InuYasha, and Toa Higurashi, the protagonist of Yashahime, Princess Half Demon, is also revealed today. The tagline written on the visuals is transcending the time, end this battle.
How nice.
Yes.
It's InuYasha and InuYasha GT.
Woo!
I mean, at this rate, can we just get a reboot of Ranma 1/2 or at least Urusei Yatsura at this rate? I mean, anything's plausible. Hell, Rumiko Takahashi is on Twitter now, okay?
Oh my.
Oh my, indeed. All right, moving right along. Now, we have covered these similar articles like this before where somebody gets mad, threatens the studio, the cops show up and put the cuffs on them and drag them off. You think people would have learned by now that Japan is not fucking around with this?
Yeah, well, some people never learn.
You got that shit right.
So, it was reported at the Tokyo Metropolitan Police that they arrested a 25-year-old woman on May 26 for threatening to set WIT Studio on fire. The suspect had allegedly sent an email to the production studio behind the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan and Great Pretender on May 7 and said that she'll set fire to your headquarters in 1 week. The suspect confirmed to the police that she had been the one to send the email. Allegedly, the suspect has been sending threatening emails and faxes to WIT Studio since 2018 and was arrested on May 26 for the latest email after the anime studio contacted the local police station. The police believe that the suspect may have a form of mental illness and are investigating further. The female suspect is being charged with the obstruction of business at this time due to WIT having to strengthen security as well as handle the situation.
Now, I have heard people sending, a few threatening messages to WIT Studio because they didn't do the 4th season of Attack on Titan. And I've heard people, the fans sending threatening emails to the studios doing the 4th season because they don't like how it looks. I'm like, well, what can you do?
I mean, you can't. That kind of stuff is bid on.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody outbids the previous people doing it, then, it's not really their fault.
True. So true. I mean, look, we've all watched Sailor Moon Crystal. We all complained about the animation quality. What did we do? We still watched it. Because we basically knew the plot line, but we still watched it to support it. We didn't sit there and go, no, I'm not watching this shit. I mean, I have the 1st season on Blu-ray sitting on my shelf, so I gotta support it one way or another. So, and it's just like that's almost similar to the whole crap with Voltron Legendary Defender. Maybe if the fans weren't as so volatile, maybe we would have gotten the additional seasons as planned. Maybe we would have gotten the vehicle Voltron as well. I mean, that plot line was in there somewhere. Sure. And as Starlit Creation says, this is why we can't have nice things. You said it, brother. You said it. Anywho.
Next up.
More Pokemon cards.
Yeah. So while stores all around the world are limiting the sale of Pokemon cards for the safety of their customers, most of them are moving sales online. The Pokemon Center online store in Japan is selling new packs via lottery. Some stores, such as Japanese convenience stores, don't have the mechanics to start selling their cards online. With one 7-Eleven location in Japan coming up with an inventive way to weed out the scalpers and make sure cards fall in the hands of children and players. So, a Twitter user went to buy a newly released Eevee Heroes pack from their local 7-Eleven store and discovered that it wasn't as easy as just grabbing a few packs and purchasing them. The note from the store says that due to the location of the store, we would like to mainly sell Pokemon cards to children. Because of this, the store is limiting sales to just 1 pack for junior high school students and above. And to buy the pack, you must prove that you actually play the game by showing your deck and answering questions about how trainer cards are used. The packs of cards are also being held behind the counter rather than on the floor of the store. Children younger than junior high school students are able to buy a maximum of 3 packs at once so that everyone can buy one. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice to see that, they're trying to get this done so that the people actually wanting to play the game are the ones getting the cards.
Mm-hmm.
It would suck for somebody like me who, while I have cards, they're not in a deck. They're in sleeves, and, I just have them because they're pretty. I can't see myself pulling everything out of the packs, out of the sleeves just to bring in so I could get a pack of cards.
Gotcha. Yeah. And as Bonds 006 says, so gatekeeping? Well, not in this aspect. It's not gatekeeping per se. They want to make sure that the people who like to play Pokemon, the trading card game, get their hands on the cards. Because you have a lot of people who just buy them just to collect them. You have people who actually want to play them, Young children should have the cards to collect. I actually think if it came down to the last pack between a 12-year-old and a 30-year-old, I would hand it back to the 12-year-old and be like, $3 and it's yours, you know? That's the way it should be.
Yeah, I mean, with everything going on, I mean, this isn't because, yeah, it's because of the scalpers. So it's
Yeah.
not really gatekeeping in that kind of sense. It's a store attempting to figure out a way to stop the scalping. It's a way for the store to be able to continue to sell the Pokemon cards without causing riots. There are now so many stores that have had so many issues with selling cards. That, I mean, this is the reason why they're no longer selling them in stores and only online. And that's because people have actually been getting very, very hurt because of everything going on. People are freaking animals over trying to get these cards, and it's been causing major injuries in some people as they attempt to, you know, fight other people for them. And a great many of the people fighting over them are people that are just looking to, you know, turn around and resell them. So to do this and have the kids come up and go, yes, you know, we're playing the game, you know, here's my deck, and selling them that way, it shows that one, it's going to go to somebody that actually wants to play the game, and two, it's going to the people that, you know, that it's supposed to.
Like, here's another example. If you not just Pokemon cards, it's like trading cards in general are being scalped. And you know what else is being scalped? Graphics cards and the new AMD Ryzen processors and some of the Intel 11th gen processors are being scalped.
Yep.
So,
oh hell yeah. I've got one of the Twitch people that I watch. He just saved up enough money to rebuild his computer, and he doesn't even know when that's going to happen because everything that he needs for the computer is constantly sold out because people are scalping it.
now, here's something. Now, I follow Linus Tech Tips on YouTube. I've met the guy, really cool dude. He has what's called the Verified Actual Gamers Program. Basically, what he has done, he has made deals with ASUS, AMD, and other board manufacturers to get CPUs and GPUs. He is selling them at MSRP. When he has them in stock, there is a specific link you have to listen to in the video that he puts out. Once you figure out that URL link and go there, there's 10 gaming questions you have to answer. Some of them are simple and some of them are hard. You answer them all, you get put in the queue to buy a graphics card. One graphics card per household, and that's it. And I have seen people complain about this. I'm just like, look, it's 10 questions. You get 3 lives. You have 3 chances to get them all right, you know? I think that's one way of doing it, you know? Because to be honest, it sure as hell beats going to Micro Center every morning at 8 o'clock, every day at 8 o'clock in the morning, seeing if they got this card or if they got that card. Hell, I'm actually looking for PlayStation 5s for a couple of people. I'm just like, look, I can do this because I have enough money on the credit card and I have y'all addresses. And I know y'all are good for it. So that's the only reason why I'm doing it. Other than that, forget it. But, you know. And I've actually been doing this for a couple of other graphics cards for a couple of people because I'm like, I'm here. I have the time. I can do it. And again, I understand the whole scalping. Some people, they make their living off of scalping. Good for you. But just understand, because of the way things are and how much you're scalping your stuff for, and no one's really buying it, well, it is what it is. Hell, somebody sold like a lot of graphics cards for like $80,000 just to set up a cryptocurrency farm. I'm just... Damn you, Bitcoin! Anywho, we've kind of fallen off the bandwagon there, falling off. Let's get back on track here. So, Kyoto Animation is announcing its first ever music festival to say thank you to the fans. This was announced, I believe, a couple of days ago. If I'm looking, yeah, this was actually announced yesterday. This event is going to happen in November in celebration of their series. And they're going to thank the fans that have stood by them during the past few years and to look forward to the future. The theme for this music festival is Inspiration for the Future. And it will have musical guests that will perform music from Kyoto Anime. I'm looking forward to hearing a cover of the opening from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid and Haruhi. That's going to be pretty cool. This will be the 5th Kyoto Animation Thanks event for the fans and the first event in 4 years. They were supposed to have an event in 2019, but it was canceled due to the arson attack that happened. And that was replaced with a public memorial service for those who lost their lives in that tragic event. And given what's going on in 2020, there was no event as well. Kyoto Animation will release information further down the line about ticket information, guests, and everything else. And the event will be held November 20th and 21st at the Rome Theater in Kyoto. And maybe if we're lucky, we may get like a stream of it because they did open up an English website as well as a Twitter account for it as well. I think that's kind of cool. All right. Now, I believe we bring this back to Wild Spice for an ever-popular anime that we've probably all watched one way or another in our lives, Lupin III.
Yes. So Lupin III is getting a new anime for its 50th anniversary. It is crazy that Lupin III is 50 years old. Oh my goodness. So
Monkey Punch must be so proud. Can't say I don't blame him.
Classic franchise Lupin III is set to release a 6th anime series titled Lupin III Part 6 this October. The new series marks 50 years since the manga was first adapted into an anime. A teaser video has been released in addition to a poster illustrated by character designer Hirotaka Marufuji, both hinting at a dark side to the famously cheerful hero. Eiji Suganama will direct with TMS Entertainment set to produce the series. Takahiro Okura will handle series composition, while Hirotaka Marufuji will provide character design, and Yuji Ono will compose the music. Starting with Monkey Punch's classic manga, Lupin III follows the titular gentleman thief and his many exploits across the globe. Its first TV anime series, Lupin III Part 1, premiered in 1971. The franchise's numerous adaptations also include anime films, OVAs, and games. Lupin III Part 6 airs in October of 2021.
And as Ari Rockefeller says, gold jacket? Maybe. I mean, he's had like, we've only seen him in a red, blue, or green jacket, so. But I do want to cosplay Jigen, though. Alright, let's put that over there. Alright. Gotten through things pretty good. I'm okay with this, you know? And as Bonzo06 says, there is a Lupin film coming to the big screen soon. Wait, didn't that already hit the big screens? It hit home video already?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, the CG film.
Let me see. I think it might have gone weird because of COVID. Let me see if I can pull something up.
Yeah, he says check Phantom Events page. So it's probably that could be it.
Yeah, it was released in Japan in December of 2019.
Okay.
The DVD release was January 2021.
Oh, okay.
And it does look like, yeah, it was supposed to be in 2 days in October.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess with everything going on in 2020 and, you know, all of that, they decided not to.
All right.
Which, I mean, makes a hell of a lot of sense. But yeah, it was only a 2-day event anyway.
Oh, right, yeah, and it's Ari mentioned about his jackets. Yes, he did have a pink jacket. Okay. I totally forgot. He had a pink jacket. Pink, blue, red, green. Oh, there was actually a figurine with him with the pink jacket. Okay. Look at those chops. Anywho, moving right along. Let's see if I can get this thing to update like it's supposed to. There we go. The part of the show that y'all really like to stick around for. Meanwhile, in Japan. And let's see what we have here. Okay, I will be taking the last article for obvious reasons.
I'll take the second one.
All right, Wild Spice, you're up.
Okie dokie. Let me pull this up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, a Japanese cook shaves his head in apology after gross customer complaint. Then things get weird.
Very.
In Japan, one of the most earnest old school ways to apologize is by shaving your head. Obviously, this isn't something people do for honest mistakes or minor screw-ups, but when you want to go all out in saying you're sorry, there's no clearer way to send the message. So when the owner of Takuba, a takoyaki stand in Osaka, received a customer complaint about a heinous transgression, he grabbed the clippers and got clipping. In his case, though, the act of contrition was doubly appropriate because the complaint he'd received was that the customer found a hair in their takoyaki. Along with a photo of his freshly trimmed head, the owner tweeted, "The other day, I received a complaint that a customer found a hair in their takoyaki. I sincerely apologize for that causing the customer such inexcusable discomfort. Along with these deep regrets, I've shaved my head and will not make the same mistake again." What's more, since the customer didn't notice the hair in their takeout takoyaki until they got home, Takuba owner even made a special point of going to her home to apologize in person.
Wow.
Obviously, no one wants to find a hair in their food, especially in a country that values cleanliness as much as Japan does. All the same, many Twitter commenters couldn't help but be impressed by how thoroughly Takuba's owner was owning up to the mistake, with reactions such as, "What a great example of how business owners should behave. Very gallant. There aren't many people who'd be willing to go that far to apologize. Definitely want to stop by Takuba next time I'm in Osaka." However, it might seem kind of strange that someone so deeply responsible and committed to customer concerns would let a hair get into the food in the first place. It turns out there's an explanation. After arriving at the customer's house, Takuba's owner said he asked the woman to show him the takoyaki she'd found the hair in. However, when she did, they were able to determine she hadn't actually bought the takoyaki from Takuba at all, but from another stand entirely.
Whoops.
Wah, wah, wah.
Hold on. Well, I mean, I give him points, I give him points for that. He went above and beyond. He apologized for somebody else's mistake. Hey. Imagine that happening here. You find out, you apologize for no reason, it was somebody else's mistake. You're ready to just verbally lose your mind over it, But, it is what it is. All right, next up, what do we have here? Oh, my.
Oh, my. Yeah. So we all know that there are police boxes in Japan. These are basically little shelters for the police to stay in certain neighborhoods so that if there's an emergency, there's always a cop somewhere near. So these police boxes usually have 1 to 2 officers on duty and are usually just supposed to be there for the officers. However, A pair of police officers in the Hyogo Prefecture decided to make their police box into a love hotel. So it's a 29-year-old female police sergeant who was assigned to one of the police boxes, and her 26-year-old male senior police officer. She is ranked higher. So sometime in the fall of 2019, the two became romantically involved. And one evening, while she was on duty in the police box, she called the man to come see her, after which they snuck off to the break room to have sex. Their relationship continued until at least the following February, which is when the second reported sexual liaison ended up taking place, this time in an on-site room for officers to nap in during their breaks. It's unclear whether the two continued their relationship once spring came, but by March of 2020, the woman became involved with a different man in her division, a 33-year-old police sergeant. This time, both parties apparently managed to keep their pants on, but the woman and her second police paramour did make use of the privacy of a police interview statement room in order to kiss while the man was on duty.
Well, now.
Eventually, a whistleblower came forward and reported the woman, triggering an internal investigation that revealed her relationship with the two men. The three members of the triangle, which in fact is part of an even larger and messier love polygon, as all three of them were married, have admitted to the conduct, with the woman saying, "I was unable to control myself," and the younger man saying, "I got carried away in the excitement." Both men received official admonitions.
You want to try that again?
No.
Okay.
Basically, they were disciplined, while the woman's pay was docked by 10% for 3 months. The disciplinary discrepancy may have something to do with the woman being of a higher rank than the younger man, and the older man not having engaged in actual sexual activity on police property while on duty. The reduction in pay may turn out to be a moot point, however, as both the woman and the younger man resigned from their positions on this past Friday, which is the same date that their punishments were announced. So, yeah. So here's the thing. I know that it is, popular for certain people to have sex at their jobs. It's a thrill. We get it. Two things. One, if you're going to do it, don't get caught. And two, if you're going to do it, don't get caught.
And isn't the third rule, for the love of God, don't get caught?
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's interesting. I think we covered a similar story happening in the same location a few years ago.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, unfortunately, it is a private building, and obviously if nobody is actually going to need the use of the police, which, I mean, obviously it can't be that, it's not something that people are going to be there 24/7, breaking down the door. And they do have private rooms while you're in there. It's not a love hotel, people. It is your job. It is a place that people are working. Wait until you're done with work and then go to a love hotel.
Some people just can't hold it in.
Okay, then don't get caught. I mean, that is the thing. I mean,
I know, I get it.
Somebody had to have figured it out with everything going on, that she was disappearing with guys in there. Whatever happened, it's not saying that she was in there with the person that she was working with. She called somebody. So obviously there's another person that isn't doing the deed with her that knows what's going on. So just don't do it. Be smart. Keep your job.
As Ari Rockefeller says, do they role play as cops and criminals while they're going at it? Maybe.
I don't know, because that makes my head hurt, because most criminals that we talk about on here are very apologetic, and that's a very different connotation in Japan.
Oh, you.
What? It's true.
I know.
Oh God, Ari.
And as Ari says, applies chokehold harder, mommy. See, I've been seeing that with nothing but Lady Dimitrescu images and memes all over the damn place. Y'all need to stop. I'm not saying y'all need Jesus,
some of them
but
are really fun.
Say what?
I said I like some of them. Some of them are really fun.
Oh my.
Well, no, not in that way. People are just really weird with their fan art.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw the one of the hamster. That was adorable and fucking weird.
No, the most adorable one is the kid calling her, and they're reading the book on dinosaurs together.
I don't think I saw that one.
I saw that pop up in one of my groups or Twitter. If I come across it, I'll send it your way.
Okay. I saw the one of the Powerpuff Girls as the daughters.
Oh, I saw that. Yes.
Yeah. That one I liked.
Yeah, I definitely saw that.
All the ones with her and Dante.
I've seen the Dante ones.
Okay, last article.
Oh, there was one of her with the characters from Super Mario Brothers. They're walking around the castle. Wario smacks her on the ass and she stares at Luigi. And Luigi's like, huh? And she cuts his hands off.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, I've seen that one. All right, so we're now going to get down to our last Meanwhile in Japan story. And it's about, are you ready for this? Illegal maid cafes. Did not think such a thing existed, but you live and learn. It seems that in recent years, Tokyo's Akihabara neighborhood has become almost as famous for its maid cafes as it is for its anime and video game specialty goods. Normally, you don't even have to set foot inside a cafe to feel their presence, as because a lot of maid cafes have a maid outside passing out flyers and beckoning people to come check it out. But over the past few days, locals have been reporting seeing fewer maids out there bringing people into their establishments, known as customer pullers. And this is because of a change and recent change following police crackdown on illegally run maid cafes. Oh, God. Wow. So basically, last Thursday, the Tokyo Metropolitan Police arrested 5 female Akihabara maid cafe managers and one between the ages of 20 and 24 and one 47-year-old male maid cafe owner over violations of the Adult Entertainment Business Regulation Law. Basically, in Japan, there are different regulations you have to follow depending on whether you're running a normal restaurant, a social restaurant, where the wait staff will socialize and the customers keep them entertained. So basically, you can either go in and just have a drink, eat some food, or you can go to a place where you do that where the staff will keep you company. We've all seen anime like that. Now, according to the law, the social restaurants are required to close at 1 a.m. Normal restaurants are allowed to stay open as long as they want because they're supposed to be providing food, and you have people that work night shifts or odd schedules that are going to be hungry and they're going to need food, which is understandable. So all else equal, it's better to be classified as a normal restaurant since you can stay open earning past 1 o'clock. But it seems that investigators judged that 5 Akihabara maid cafes, which claimed to be normal restaurants, were actual social restaurants and resulting in the 6 arrests. But one could argue that all restaurants employ friendly, chatty, or even polite wait staff that have a social element to the services they're providing. But there is a difference. The difference between a service with a smile and the smile being the service itself. One cafe connected to the arrest, for example, was found to be charging customers as much as 7,000 yen for a bottle of cola that will only cost about 200 yen in a convenience store. And 7,000 yen is about $67. But it would be but here's the thing. You pay the 7,000 yen, a maid will come out and sit and talk with you until you finish drinking their soda. Wow. I mean, that's an interesting scam, but I can't hate. I really can't hate, but I get it, you know? So next time you're in Akihabara, remember, you want to enjoy your meal, not let the meal enjoy you.
Wah, wah, wah.
Heyo. And as Bond006 just says that he found a picture from the Maid Cafe on an old hard drive when we actually had a Maid Cafe in New York City. I remember a time when we had like 3 to 4 different maid groups. I'm just like, what is this? Like West Side Story or something? It's one maid group too many. Anywho, looking at the time here and how things are going, I think it's time to wrap up the show. What do y'all ladies think?
Yes.
It is past Wild Spice's bedtime.
Yes, it is.
You and me both.
But, what's a bedtime?
Shush you.
Shush.
Hey, Wild Spice, thank you for joining us for the last couple of weeks and bringing the fun. Instead of bringing the pain, you brought the fun.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And we have to say quick goodnight to our friends, Seiya Yatin over at Starlit Creations. Night, ladies.
Night.
So, if you like the show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find our weekly podcast, links to our cosplay videos, cosplay photos, cosplayer interviews, cosplayer tips and tricks, anime reviews, editorials, and a whole lot more. And that's all at animejamsession.com. And don't forget, we have over 500 podcasting episodes for you to check out. So whatever you use for downloading podcasts, do a search for Anime Jam Session, and they'll come up. Whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, all that cool stuff, we're there. So definitely check us out. And if you can, leave us a review on one of those sites. We will greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to follow us on social media, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Just put in Anime Jam Session and it'll come up. Follow us on our socials for convention videos, cosplay photos, when we're going live, links back to articles on our website, and then some. And as Bond006 is a PSA, no touching coworkers on the clock. I think that was common knowledge, but I guess I was wrong. And down below are links to our Streamlabs tip jar, our Ko-Fi tip jar. We appreciate the bits that come in, the auto hosts, all of that. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I am freaking tired,
Okay.
but I am looking forward to this weekend.
Last words, Wild Spice.
I'm ready for bed.
My last words, I'm going to dive back into the world of Secret of Mana for a while. So, yeah. So, that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. The squad will be back. It'll be fun. No, really, I mean it. It'll be fun. So, that's it. End of list. We're getting out of here. I'm Ranma.
I'm Mako-chan.
I'm Wild Space.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Night.
Bye.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Say goodnight, Wild Spice.
Night, Wild Space.
Perfect. We're out of here. See you all next week.
podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on the show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it! For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!